After 15 years, James and Joe return. Let's find out what happens on this week's Rollcast. Wish it. Sorry, James.
Nice.
Alright, go on.
Are you starting it?
That was the start.
Oh no! Start again.
That was the start. Go. Come on, James.
Oh, I thought you were starting again.
Nope.
No, don't keep rolling.
Yeah, I'm rolling. It's going.
No.
It's going.
Start again.
Never.
Start again.
Come on, James.
No, you caught me off with the
Oh,
ending.
it's fine. I'll cut it. It's all good.
Oh man, oh, you're not gonna cut it. You're gonna leave it in. I know what you're like. You better cut it. This is not going in. This is not going in.
Okay.
Okay. Compose yourself. Right. Welcome to the third episode of the Rollcast. I'm James with Joe again, back again.
Sorry, Chips.
What? What are you playing?
The fucking.
After 15...
What the fuck?
Sorry, Chips.
What
Sorry, Jay.
the hell is that? What's he supposed to say?
Sorry, chaps.
Sorry, Chips.
Jay. Alright, continue.
Wait, no. Start again.
It's fine, I'll edit it. It's all good.
No, start again.
Yeah, man, it's fine.
Go from the start.
It's all good, go on.
No.
So, where were we?
No.
So, what have you been playing this week, James? I think we'll start with that. It seems like a good topic to open with. What game have you been playing the most?
No.
Come on.
There's no way you can edit this. It's impossible. You might as well just go.
It's all good. It's all good. It can go in bloopers or something.
Oh god, this is bad. We've got podcast rust after these 15 years.
God. My fucking jaw hurt.
Right, okay. Whew. Right, episode 3 of the Rollcast.
Welcome.
Welcome to the best podcast on the internet.
The best in the West.
And the East.
Not the South.
No, they're too good.
Eskimos, man.
Yeah, so, games... We'll start actually, because I want to talk about mine for quite a bit, so why don't you let everyone know, let the listeners know, what have you been playing, Joe?
Well, I recently got a game called Helldivers, which is fairly old, actually, like a couple of years.
It's not that old.
Couple of years, but it's on console and it's on PC. I'm not quite sure if it's on Xbox, but it's on PS4 and it's on PC.
Who cares about Xbox?
Alright, cut. We've got to start again.
Sorry, Scott.
It's kind of a top-down game. You've played it a bit as well, haven't you, James? So you drop down in your pod. You have to waste an entire alien planet by completing various objectives. You can do it co-op with up to 4 people, and you run around with guns. You shoot the aliens, and you can call in stratagems, is what they call it, where you call in giant mechs and the massive dive bomb rooms and turrets that fire for you. And it was...
I thought it was quite interesting when I played it at first. It was it's quite different. I mean, there's quite a few top-down games out now, but I mean, that seemed to bring something new to the table.
It was a lot funner than any of the other top-down games that I played.
Yeah, I like how detailed the game is. There's a lot in it. Like, do you know what I mean?
No.
Oh, the customization and stuff is quite good.
Oh, there is a lot of customization, a lot of different abilities. Yeah, that's probably the best bit, especially if you get the DLC. There's a lot of variety. The only problem with it is the so-called story. I don't like how that's done.
Does it have a Destiny story whereby it just doesn't have one?
It doesn't have a story, really, no. So you played it before, haven't you? So you kind of have to fight wars with different races. And the idea is each planet you get kind of contributes to the global effort against the aliens.
Right.
But you contribute such a tiny little amount, you don't even see the bar move when you conquer a planet, and it's kind of sad.
Oh.
What they should have done is made it more visible, the contribution that you were having, so...
I see.
Have it split into smaller systems or something like that, I don't know.
So, I don't know if you've completed the game yet, but does anything happen? Can you actually get that bar to go
There's
to
no
the
end to the game.
like max?
To go to the max?
Yeah, can you, completely win?
No. Well, you can win a war, but it will just start again in a couple of days.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see what you mean then. There's a bit of a lost opportunity there then.
Yeah, they could have done a bit more with it, I think. It does feel kind of epic the first time you do it, but the second, the third, the fourth,
Yeah, I see.
Gets a bit more boring.
It's it's a game which has got it's another game with fantastic gameplay, but is let down by the story.
Not just the story. It doesn't feel like you're doing much when you play. Like, you play to unlock items, basically, to unlock new cool shit, which is all well and good. That's the fun part of it, but they could have made it feel like you were doing a bit more when you're conquering the planets and things.
So basically, your 30-second review of the game is it's a top-down Destiny.
No, it's much. It's a game built around fun in the gameplay aspect, and seeing cool explosions, killing your friends.
Explosions are always fun.
Splatting them with things like mechs. That's always fun, or just running them over with the tank. It's a game about killing your friends in hilarious ways.
Who doesn't like killing their friends? In video games.
Are you okay? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Any others?
I have, but you go next. We'll alternate.
Well, strap yourself in then.
Okay, I'm wearing my seatbelt.
This is a game that I'm pretty sure you've picked up as well, Joe. And it's a game that I've currently got a review out on the site at tryrolling.com. You can see for yourself. It's a little game. It's not a big release by any means, but it's a game called Crash Bandicoot.
RuneScape?
No. No, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
I have played it as well, yeah, I've got that as well. What have you thought? What's your 30-second review?
My 30-second review is it's probably the best remake of a game I've ever played.
Oh?
It's fantastic. It's just fantastic. Vicarious, they've done a great job with the remaster. I mean, they've done Naughty Dog proud. It's honestly, if you were a fan of Crash back in the 90s, back in the day, if you haven't picked it up, I'd highly recommend it. I mean, in the review, I gave it a 9.2 out of 10, so that's very high. That's very high. But I thoroughly think that it deserves it in every way. It doesn't get a 10 because of a few little things, but I mean, that's nothing in compared to the game as a whole. It is really fun. I mean, you get in all three games. They've all been completely remastered from the ground up. There's a lot packed in for what you're getting, basically.
Do you think it lives up to the modern kind of platforming competitors, or does it still feel like it was made in the past?
I'd say yes and no. As you're playing through the games, you can tell it's aged. You can tell that this is a game that came out in the 90s, and one of the ways that you can tell is that I like to play the game, well, I like to play all three of the games using the directional buttons. Now, I don't usually say that. I don't say that about any PS4 game, ever. You know.
Yeah, you don't use the directional
You just don't anymore. when was the last time you used the directional buttons? Probably PS1 era.
It feels awful.
Well, exactly. Like that's why people use the analog now. But the reason I'm saying that I prefer using the directional stick for Crash is because it feels like it was made back in the 90s. And honestly, the directional buttons, it's easier to control Crash, in my opinion, with the directional buttons than it is the analog stick. Because I find myself like slipping off ledges all the time, not getting like a pinpoint accurate run on a certain bit. Whereas with the directional buttons, you are, because you've got no room for error. You know, if you press up, you're going up. You can't like go up and to the side a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like things like that. You can tell it was made in the past, but it holds up. Trust me, it holds up. In fact, it doesn't just hold up, in my opinion. It's the king of platformers. I can't think of a better platforming game currently out there.
There aren't many.
So
currently that I know of. I don't know, things like Super Meat Boy and stuff.
It is really good. I mean, Super Meat
type.
Boy is really good, but like I'd kind of put that in a different. I know it's a platforming game, but I'd kind of put that in a different genre-ish.
Kind of.
I don't know.
It's a different game to the other platformers out there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but like Crash, you know, it does hold up. It's a really good game. I tell you what, it's a damn hard game.
It is. Well, the main game is easy, very easy, but time trials, getting all the crates.
Oh man.
If it's not hard, it takes a while. Put it that way.
Some levels can be hard. I mean, Road to Nowhere, where you have to bounce on the turtles, and in Crash 1 seems incredibly difficult.
Have you managed to get all of the bonuses
for
doing all the time trials and?
Great. I've not 100% of the games yet. No.
Okay.
Oh no.
That'll take you a while.
It's very hard. Like, to do the time trials, to do a time trial anyway, it needs to be a perfect run.
Yeah.
So you can't die. You have to go as fast as possible while collecting crates. That's hard. Getting all the crates in a level itself is quite difficult. So I mean,
yeah, the crates is a slow and sure one. You've got to figure out how to do it. The time trial is the that's where it really tests you.
And then in some levels, there's a hidden objective to get like a coloured gem. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that in Crash 1 or is that only in the later games?
Well, I know for a fact that in Crash 2, one of the coloured gems, I think it's actually the first level, is because you're conditioned to break boxes. The coloured gem in this level is you need to break no boxes whatsoever.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's just a dick move.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But to be fair, like a lot of the deaths in Crash are dick moves.
Yeah. The deaths are the best bit.
Oh yeah, seeing Crash fling into the screen and like getting baseball battered or disintegrated, it's good quality entertainment. But yeah, like there is dick deaths. Like for instance, putting a crate of nitro in between like breakable boxes so you can't see it behind it.
Oh, you have to die once in order to realise.
Yeah, so you go spinning in and it's just like, whoa! Yep. But no, like, honestly, the game almost deserved a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It's great. Like, I've seen some reviews, and for some reason, they seem overly critical of the game for no reason. It's like, well, I'm judging it as if it came, you know, as if it's not Crash Bandicoot and it's just some generic platformer, you know, that's just come out and it's a bit boring, a bit too hard. I got halfway through it and gave it a 6 out of 10, and it's like, well, no, it's Crash Bandicoot, man, you know.
What would you rate it if you didn't have the nostalgia and you had, if it was just a game that you picked up off the shelf nowadays?
You see, a lot of people did look at it through rose-tinted glasses, so it's like, oh mate, definite 10 out of 10, and then people have gone back to play it now and they're like, well, maybe not, but
yeah, I wouldn't.
Even if I didn't have the nostalgia and I just picked it up, I think I'd still rate it incredibly high, because playing through this remastered version it's almost having the same effect as when I can remember playing the original. So I mean, even if the nostalgia's not there, I'm still having like the same amount of fun with it. If you get what I mean.
Do you want my rating?
Go on, go for it.
I would give Crash 1 a 6.
Crash 1.
Crash 1 I hated because of the controls. The others I would give 7.58. But I never played the original Crash Bandicoot, so I have no nostalgia there. I have no rose-tinted glasses.
I see.
That's
I see.
Me comparing it to other kind of platformers that are around at the moment.
Yes.
So yeah.
Well,
the first one, I don't know how they managed to mess up on the jumping on that so much and the controls on that. Because that will have put so many people off.
Yeah, I mentioned it in my review, like, there is legit evidence out there, like, people have actually done tests and things. They did. They messed up the jumping in the first game.
Really did,
and I mean,
yeah.
I've taken that into consideration with my, like, final score. I'm like, well, it's not perfect. This could have been better. And the reason that the jumping is broken in Crash 1 is because they used the jumping mechanics from Crash Warped for all 3 games, whereas in the originals they were all different jumping mechanics.
Yeah.
So you find that in 2 and 3 the jumping feels way more natural, and then in 1 you're like, what? How did I not reach that ledge? Like, that was the maximum jump at that particular point. How, that's BS. And it turns out, no, it's just...
How is it different?
Different jumping mechanic.
Do you remember how it was different?
Yes, I do. The in the originals, it was more forgiving in terms of when you jumped on a ledge, in the originals you didn't slip off, you clipped onto the edge regardless. So in the remaster, what I'm saying is, like, in the remaster they've made edges circular.
Yeah.
So you slip off, whereas in the originals it was square, so you clipped onto the corner.
Okay.
So that's one. There's another 2 reasons, actually, so this is why it feels so broken. The other 2 reasons are they've changed the visual of the visuals of how he jumps. Like, in the original, he had he didn't have as much drop off visually. Like, Crash used to jump further, like, visually in the originals, whereas on this one he seems to, like, fall to the ground incredibly fast.
Oh, so it feels like you're not really jumping.
Exactly, yeah. So it feels like you're not going to make it even when you do.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then obviously, as multiple Reddit posts have said this, and then the last thing the last thing that was mentioned with the jumping mechanics is the fact that the Vicarious... Oh man, what? I forgot now. Bear with me a sec.
Go on.
I know they've changed the collision slightly. They changed the way the animation looks. What was the last thing? Oh yeah, the Vicarious in Crash 1 as well. It's really easy to tell, but they've added, like, a momentum system.
Yeah.
That was never in the original. So, for instance, like I used earlier, like Road to Nowhere as an example, if you were bouncing on the turtles and you stop, like, if you don't keep bouncing,
yeah,
in the original, it was fine. You could stop and then keep bouncing, with the same amount of momentum and the same height on you.
You go as quick in your next jump. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Whereas in the remake, you can't stop. Like, it's like this hidden momentum system, whereas if you stop, you're not going to go as far on your next jump.
Oh, that's done.
Yeah, and that they added that into Crash 1 for some reason, and that's, again, it makes the jumping feel broken.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand why it feels off then. It's a shame you did that, because that's the first one, and I imagine a lot of people will have played that and got frustrated, and then not played the other 2.
Yeah, well, some reviewers did that.
Yeah.
So, it's... Yeah, I mean, for me, you give your review scores. For me, it goes from best to worst, it goes in reverse order. So it's Warped, 2, and then 1.
Yeah.
I think it goes in that order, and I would honestly give Crash 3 Warped 10 out of 10.
What would you give the first?
It's fantastic. The first game, I'd give a 7.5 or an 8, maybe.
Okay.
Because I really enjoyed the game, but it's just nowhere near as good as the other two. I can't justify giving it higher.
Yeah.
And then probably for Crash 2, I'd give it a 9. So...
Sounds good.
High scores all round, I guess, but I mean, Crash 1 for me is my least favourite.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's quite a few other people's, least.
I can see why it put people off, put it that way.
Yeah. But, controversial. This is a controversial opinion. Coming at you.
Go on.
It's not part of the remake, but none of those games, even though I would give Crash 3 Warped a 10 out of 10, none of those 3 games are actually the best Crash game ever made.
Oh, I don't think this is a controversial opinion. I think a lot of people agree with you.
The best Crash Bandicoot game ever made is a racing game. And it's called Crash Team Racing.
They'll remake that next, don't worry. If they made money with this trilogy, they'll remake the racing.
Crash Team Racing, oh man. If that was included in this
Oh, they so should have done
remake, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Easy. Maybe
they'll bring it to Wii or something.
So good.
Switch.
Yeah. I mean, just think about how cool Crash Team Racing would be with an online function.
Yeah, I don't know. Half of it is like the split screen.
Split screen is awesome, and it was awesome at the time. But I mean, it'd make sense to have some kind of online race mode. It was so cool. The game was so cool. Like, you could play the campaign mode with any character you wanted, like bad guy or good guy, and it was just so cool. Like, it was like you united against common enemies.
You enjoyed it then?
I did. I really enjoyed it. But the trilogy is every bit worth it.
Very good. Very good.
Definitely check out the review. It's on the website.
What website is that on?
It's tryrolling.com.
How do you spell that?
It's
let me write it down. One sec.
tryrolling.com.
com. Okay.
Yes.
I might check it out tonight.
It's I hope people enjoy reading it. I mean, it's Crash Bandicoot. Everybody loves Crash Bandicoot, surely.
Not the reviewer that rated it.
Oh well,
it depends what rating system you go with. If you're going with a 5 as an average, you're saying it's above average. I mean, come on. 6
Crash,
out of 10.
In no way does this trilogy deserve anywhere near a 5. Out of 10.
But I would put the first game on initial impressions as a 6. So
I'd rate it a little bit higher, but yeah, I see where you're coming from. I do see where you're coming from.
It can be annoying. I did all the time trials and everything like that, and it frustrated me to no end.
Yeah, it is a frustrating game, very. But it kind of has the same payoff as Dark Souls in a way. I hate to compare games to Dark Souls. I hate to do it all the time. Like, it seems to be the thing at the minute, but this is in the only sense of the sense of reward for your pain and suffering.
It does feel good when you get one of the time trials.
Yeah, when you finally beat a level that it's taken like 20 lives to complete, or you finally beat a boss that you're stuck on, which probably won't happen in Crash because the bosses are the easiest part of the game.
Yeah.
But
it's strange how they make the time trials so fun. I think it's because you can tell it's achievable.
Yeah.
It's not an incredibly impossible time trial. You can tell they're all achievable.
Yeah.
And they're always just within reach.
Yeah.
Both good and bad.
Yeah, and there's things you can get as well to make it easier. Like, you can get running shoes.
Oh, can you?
So, yeah. In Crash 2, if you beat the game, you get running shoes, and that makes time trials easier.
I dislike that, actually.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in Crash 3 Warped as well, like after every boss you unlock a special ability, a new ability, like a super slam or a bazooka, and I mean...
Yeah, I do the time travels as I go along, though.
Ah, right,
so I'd reach the end of the game, get these running shoes, and go, fuck. Not that you've told me that, I won't do that, but...
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, that would have been... Oh, Jesus.
Well, I see.
I'm glad I haven't done that. Oh my.
Well, I've saved you some time there.
You saved me a lot.
But no, if you were thinking about getting it, get it.
Cool. Sounds good. Another game I've recently been playing is Nier Automata.
Ooh,
You heard of that, James? You heard of that game?
I have heard of it. I've not played it.
Okay. What have you seen of it? What do you understand of it?
Robots.
Robots. There are a lot of robots.
Robots. Just robots?
So, the basic premise is that aliens arrived at some point, dropped a load of machines on the human peoples, and wiped out humanity, and humanity had to flee to the moon.
Oh.
And on the moon, humans built androids, and they're now sending those androids down to take out the machines on the planet and kill the aliens.
So it's robots versus aliens.
Yeah, well, robots versus robots.
Versus aliens.
It's very confusing, the story at points. I ain't gonna lie.
Is it?
But it's confusing in a humorous way. Like, even when I'm confused, I'm having fun because it does it well, if you know what I mean. So at one point, a load of robots group together and they poop out an android. They make a nest, and then an android falls out in a ball of slime.
Okay.
It starts slipping around, and then tries to fight you.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I was confused as can be, understandably. But it's done in such a funny way that it doesn't matter, and I'm, continuing on in the story, happy as can be.
Yeah. Is it designed so it's supposed to be funny, or is it like?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of comedy. There's a lot of comedy in it. Okay. Don't worry, it's purposefully designed that way. The machines are some of the funniest machines.
All right. Okay.
In the world. The cutest machines as well. They're adorable.
Oh.
There are several pretty strange moments. Not to mention the pooping out of the android relatively early in the game. But there's a part where you go to an amusement park.
Right.
And there's a load of robots. These things that are meant to be killing machines, and they're all dancing around, spraying confetti everywhere.
What?
Yeah, chanting, saying, "Let's have fun." It's quite disturbing.
Yeah, that sounds
perfectly
creepy.
honest. It is a bit creepy. The game has quite a creepy vibe in general.
Oh,
to be perfectly honest, it does. The machines have always creeped me out a little bit. Right. As adorable as they are.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an enemy. Like, I can remember there's this one image of the game that I think I can see. I'm not quite sure. You'll tell me. Is there a machine with like a weird like smiley face?
Oh, definitely. Emil.
Yeah,
you might be thinking something called Emil, but that's the secret boss, and it's incredibly difficult.
Oh, secret boss.
There is one secret boss, the Emil secret boss, and it's fairly hard. Talking about difficulty level, I tried to start the game on very hard.
Oh.
Very hard.
Especially a masochist, yeah.
Yeah. Dark Souls. I'm trained through that. Very hard, you die in one hit.
Ooh.
One hit to anything.
Damn.
I changed it. I changed that to hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past the tutorial. There's this giant machine in the tutorial that fires rockets. At one point, it's chopping down at you with chainsaw arms. It fires lasers, and they all come at you at once. And there was one section I just could not get past. So I swapped it to hard to do that.
That's fine.
And then back to very hard.
Nobody would think less of you for doing that.
It does mean I take multiple tries to kill each boss, just because each boss you have to learn obviously the move set so that you don't die.
Well, in any game that's like that, where you die in one hit or it's extremely difficult first time, you have to have multiple tries to learn the boss, to learn the
move sets. Yeah. Well, once you've done it and once you're dodging all the moves, it's not as difficult. There's ones where they're throwing tons of crap at you that are very hard. It's a pain in the ass.
I see.
Definitely. But basically, it's just kind of an action RPG. It's much more. I'd say the fun side of it is the story and the characters in it. The gameplay is good. It is very fun. But what makes it truly unique is how fun the story is. Like, there was never a downtime. In these types of games, there's normally a downtime somewhere in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
But it just kept going.
I was going to say, isn't like, don't hate me for saying this, but isn't like the most recent Final Fantasy kind of like that?
I'd say there's a downtime towards the end in that.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yes. It does, there are slower paced bits in most of these RPGs. But in Nier Automata, I didn't feel that. I intend to play it another couple of times as well, because for the first playthrough, you play as 2B. So you play as this robot called 2B,
right?
This combat droid. But as a second playthrough, you play as 9S, who's a scanner kind of android.
So there's a bit of replayability in there.
Yeah, so you play as a different character. You play as kind of her companion the second time around, and you can hack into stuff. You get to do different areas. You see everything from his point of view, so he goes to different places at certain parts of the story. And the third one, and this is unique to Nier Automata, the third playthrough, entirely different.
What?
Entirely different, yeah.
What, an entirely different experience?
So you continue from where you finished the first two playthroughs, and there's about another 12 hours of gameplay of campaign.
Whoa!
For the third playthrough.
That sounds awesome.
So yeah, you have to play through the game twice, and then you get another third of the game basically.
That's really cool. Like, is it long to start with, or is it quite a
It is quite
standard?
long. Yeah, it is very long. 40 hours or so. For me.
Wow. That's really unique, actually.
It is. I didn't realise.
Yeah,
I've not actually played through the second and third one yet, but I will be, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, did they advertise that, or is it like kind of like an inside secret?
It is. It's an inside secret, which is one of the best things.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So when you first play that second playthrough, I imagine the people that didn't read about it online and spoil it for themselves, they were probably like, "What?
You mean like they're doing it right now?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Oh. Oops. Okay, we'll put a spoiler tag for Nier Automata.
We'll slap a spoiler warning all over the video.
But there are actually 26 different endings. Though
oh wow.
Most of them are joke endings. A good 24, 23 of them are joke endings.
A Silent Hill dog ending.
I haven't actually watched them, but I think I might YouTube them after this because they're hilarious.
Like 26 joke endings.
Yeah. I can only imagine how far they go. From what I've seen so far in the game, it's going to be pretty zany.
Yeah.
Shall we say? Pretty zesty.
Zesty?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like zesty. I like it. I know you've not fully completed the game or like gone into like New Game Plus or Playthrough 3 or anything like that, but what would you say from what you've played? What would you say overall your feelings are about the game? Like maybe like
so far, I'm gonna rate it a 9.4.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite games that have come out in the past couple of years.
That is impressive.
Yeah, I suggest you play it too.
That's like Dark Souls level.
It is indeed. I would rate Dark Souls around there, maybe a 9.6. The first one.
Well, for me, the first Dark Souls is a 10.
Yeah, first Dark Souls is one of the best games.
Yeah, it's a 10. I mean, yeah, I think Demon Souls and Bloodborne come very close to that, but Dark Souls is king.
Where's Last of Us?
Oh, what? Just on my scale?
Yeah, where would you rate Last of Us?
Just because it's like a cinematic extravaganza, I'd give it. A 9 point. Definitely a 9. About 9.4, 9.5.
Yeah. I would rate Last of Us above Nier Automata. Whether it's better than Dark Souls,
No, not for me.
If it's...
I'd give it a 9.5 comfortably, I think.
I wouldn't say it's better than Dark Souls, but maybe on par with it. It's whether it's on par or just below. It's the choice.
And I think that's because, I mean, as a like just a straight story game, yeah, definitely Last of Us beats Dark Souls any day. But for me, Dark Souls, it kept on giving.
Yeah, the original Dark Souls had so much to it.
Like, the lore just went super deep. There was story for days. I mean, I had about 4 or 5 playthroughs of the game. I'd happily go back and play some more, to be honest. I mean, it was so fun. The PvP kept the game alive like years after its launch as well. So
there'll still be people playing it.
Exactly, like that's what elevates it from being really good to being like 10 out of 10. One of the few games I'd give a 10 out of 10 to, actually.
What else would you give a 10 out of 10 to?
Crash Team Racing. I think there's only 3 games in existence I would. Crash Team Racing, Dark Souls, and probably Call of Duty 4, the original, when it came out.
Okay, fair enough. That was Modern Warfare, right? The first one.
Yeah. Because that was like the first person shooter that like got me into it all, kind of thing.
But that redefined first person shooters. Really.
Exactly. So I mean, for that reason, I'd probably give those three games 10s.
What would my 10s be?
Ooh. Interesting.
Ooh. My 10s. Difficult. Very difficult. Possibly one of the Final Fantasies. Between 7, 8, or 9.
Right, okay.
Because that was kind of the game I played when I was young.
Yeah. So,
understandably.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of people's pick, really, isn't it? Like when you think Final Fantasy series, a lot of people will say those, like especially 7, I think.
Yeah, 7's the mainstream, like.
Yeah.
Though a lot of people say it's not the best. I'm between 8 or 9 as being the best.
Right.
But 7 will always hold a special place in my heart for being the one that I played first. And got through first. But 8 or 9, I would technically say might be better.
Any more games?
I did put my review of Northgard up the other day. But that's a PC only game.
Is that what? Would you give that a 10?
No.
No, I was like, any games?
No.
Any 10? Any
any more 10s? Okay. Well, Northgard I'd give a 7 point something.
That's alright, that's respectable.
It's respectable, yeah. Above average, I'd say.
Especially for it's an indie game, right?
Indie game. It's like an indie RTS, kind of simplistic base builder. My complaints about it are that it is too simplistic. Well,
I mean, if that's the only complaint, I mean, for a game to be that kind of specific and that niche, to get 7.5, it must do its thing incredibly well.
It does it quite well. I just hope they expand on it more, basically. Expand on the variety of the ways you can win. Yeah. They have a lot of ways you can win. It's the pathways to the ways that you can win that are solidified. Like, if you want to win by an economic victory, you're always going to be doing the same kind of thing.
Right.
Same with war, same with the other methods of winning. That was my main complaint.
Yeah.
As for my 10s, Last of Us, maybe. Might give Last of Us a 10. That was something quite special when I played that.
It was.
That first scene.
Yeah.
Such a good scene. Best opening any game, I would say.
It is damn good.
I don't know a better opening.
They've set themselves one hell of a high bar to follow.
I don't think they're going to. I can't see it. I cannot see them living up to the hype.
You heard it here first.
Last of Us, there were no expectations. Last of Us 2.
Yeah, exactly.
It's even if it is as good as Last of Us, people will say it's not as good as Last of Us because of the hype.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So yeah, any more 10s, or is it just those 2 games?
Oh, you put me on the spot. On the spot, man. Any more 10s? Original Shogun, when I first played that, Total War Shogun, would be a high 9. Maybe not a 10. But that's such a good game for the time. Total War Shogun's one of my favourite games. Definitely.
Ooh.
I know you don't play that type of game, but...
Is like... I mean, this might sound super stupid. Like, this is coming from a guy who just doesn't know what he's talking about. But is like, would you say that those games are similar to like Command and Conquer?
No.
No. Okay. No. Well, I'll shut up now.
Command and Conquer is an RTS, whereas Shogun's much more strategy.
Right. Okay.
It's much less real time, much more strategy.
I see.
I did like Command and Conquer. That would be one of my favourites as well. The original Command and Conquer, back when I played that. Though nowadays I hate the control scheme of Command and Conquer, but
yeah, looking back, I mean, I've got it on like a PS1 Classic, and I mean that it controls like absolute shit.
Oh, don't play it on console. It's
No. Yeah, it is made for PC. I mean, that's probably. It might have even before I played PS1 games, to be honest. I mean, I can remember playing Tiberian Sun.
Oh yeah,
And that for me blew my mind. I was like, "What? There's 2 discs. You can play as Nod and the bad guys and the good guys. This is awesome."
Yeah, they were great. They were really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed those games.
I don't know about other 10s. I have a lot of games that I've really enjoyed, but it's so hard to think of 10s right now.
I know.
Original Warhammer Dawn of War, one of my favourite games.
Oh, okay.
Really, really good for PC.
I'm
trying to think of more console ones, man. I got a lot of PC on my Mac.
What about any PS2 era games? Because there was a lot of cracking games on PS2.
There were, but 10s were harder to find on PS2.
Yeah. I tell you what I'm playing through at the minute, actually, which is kind of up there, to be honest. I would give it's in the 9s. I've not finished it yet, but I'm currently going through
if you say Call of Duty, I'm going to say...
No, it's a PS2 game. Well, so was Call of Duty originally, but it is up there. It's the Metal Gear collection.
Oh, I hadn't heard about this.
The HD collection on PS3. I'm currently playing Metal Gear Solid 3 for the first time, and it is amazing.
So you played through the first and the second one, right?
I'm making like the noob mistake of trying to play them all at the same time.
What?
The first one, I'm finding it quite hard to progress in.
You're finding it difficult?
Yeah, I'm finding it difficult. Like, for instance, I think in the first game there's a bit where you've got to get through these lasers and you needed to find the infrared goggles, and I didn't find the infrared goggles, so the only option I had was to keep puffing cigarette smoke out to see the lasers. Oh man, it was a mess. But the third one that I'm playing through now, especially, like, the story and everything is just... It's great, and it's really nice to hear.
What about the second one?
The second one I'm playing through as well, and I don't like it as much as the third one.
Well, a lot of people don't, just because of Raiden.
Yeah. Oh, because of Raiden.
Yeah.
Raiden ruined that game. No, it is fun. It is fun, but I mean, at the minute, I prefer the third one.
Cool.
And I mean, like I say, it is a treat to hear David Hayter's voice.
Oh, I agree.
Like, for me, yeah, that game would definitely be in the 9 region. I mean, so was Metal Gear Solid 4, to be honest. I really enjoyed that game. A lot of people hated on it because it's like old Snake, but like, no, it was fantastic, I thought.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just a game I'm going through, and I mean, staying on Metal Gear, like one game that I've like had an itch to go back and play, which is, I thought of it actually when you were on about Nier or Automata, is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
I never actually played that.
I would highly recommend it. Like, it's maybe not even a 9, but it's so fun. It's one of those games, like you said, Nier is, where it's non-stop.
Yeah.
It does not stop. It's action all the time, and I mean the soundtrack is just epic, and you know, it's like boss fight after boss fight, and like button mashing. It's awesome. It is really cool. And I mean, we were just saying like Raiden ruined Metal Gear Solid 2. Like, Raiden is the star of this game. So,
Oh, definitely.
like, he turns it around.
You've got me thinking, man. You don't realise what you've done about these old games. Battlezone.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear of Battlezone?
Yeah, I did hear Battlezone. They've recently done a new one, haven't they?
Oh, I'm playing that now. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm looking at it on my Steam page.
Oh.
I've got it up. Yeah. Battlezone was one of my favourite games. A game called Syndicate. When I used to play that. That is old though. I don't even know when that came out, but that is an old one. That's a top-down game where you control like a team of agents, but the unique way it handles everything was amazing back in the day.
Yeah.
You had time basically. You had a limited time to do a campaign. I don't even know if it was limited. I don't know how they did it. But it kind of simulated a planet.
Yeah.
And you could research different things for your agents, different guns. You could upgrade your agents, like genetically modify them. And you would go and take over parts of the planet, or go and do missions in parts of the planet to help your like corporation.
Right.
And you could do things like, there was this weapon, you could, if you went near a civilian, you could hit them with the weapon and they would become your ally. So you could run around with like a massive group of civilians and just run into a load of gunmen and have everyone gunned down. As you take the gunmen out, you could use them as a civilian meat shield.
Nice.
It's really quite unique. And this might have even been before I was born. I mean, for an old game, it was amazing.
I see. Nice.
I'm getting all nostalgic. Oh.
I know, like, I did it to myself. I mentioned PS2 and
Oh no.
that was it. Crash Team Racing brings it all back.
We played very different genres of games when we were young, I think.
I feel like we did. I played a lot of platforming games.
I didn't play many at all.
Well, there you go.
There we go. I played a lot
You were
of
playing strategy games, I was playing Crash Bandicoot.
Strategy RPG. Oh man. Yeah, we played a lot of Command and Conquer, to be fair, we both did that. I played StarCraft and things like that as well. I remember getting really into that. I used to play with my dad. I used to play StarCraft.
Cool.
I
used to play Crash Team Racing with my parents.
But I remember when I started playing online. So I used to, me and my dad would be fairly even. He must not have been very good at games because I was like 10. Still fairly even. But I started playing on the internet, and I learned all the build orders and things, and how to crush your opponent basically if they don't know how to play. And my dad only played one game with me after that. Played one game, I smushed him into the ground, and he just went, well, I'm not good at games. So he
you
just
have
quit.
surpassed me.
He quit games.
He quit games.
He quit strategy games. He was, well,
that's me.
a 10-year-old one. I'm done.
I'm out.
I'm off outside. See ya. Nerd.
You became a god. Into the dirt.
You ever heard of a game called Stronghold? An RTS called Stronghold?
I haven't, no.
Oh my god, that game. The king of RTS games.
Oh.
In the day. You didn't need CD keys back in the day. The PC game. So I would install it on all of the school computers. Literally all the school computers. And then during breaks,
That's great.
we would all come in and play Stronghold without people knowing. But I only installed it for myself. And then the weirdest thing was when I came in one lunch and other people were playing Stronghold. Like, they'd found it. They'd gone through the list of games, or the list of programs, and they'd found Stronghold and were playing it. So I walked in, saw them all on this map, and was like, no, you're doing it wrong. Let me teach you. Let me become your mentor. And it evolved into each lunchtime just us sitting around and playing Stronghold. Just a group of us.
Nice.
Good times. Nostalgia. Old LAN parties when I was in junior school.
Cool. Cool, yeah. So
we kind of went off topic.
Let's yeah, we did. Well, that was a nice way to go off topic though. But let's take that nostalgia and let's just put it straight in the bin.
What?
Let's put it straight in the trash.
Well, what?
Because there's a new Call of Duty trailer out, baby.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm out.
It's interesting, this one.
Go on.
It's apparently it was leaked a few days ago, and the developers, Sledgehammer Games, were fuming because apparently this had been like years and years of work.
Well, you mean like 6 months? This is Call of Duty we're talking about.
No, I mean there's a 3-year development cycle, so.
yeah, I'm pulling your strings, but go on.
Well, somebody leaked it anyway, and it's finally officially dropped today, and it's the trailer for the new Call of Duty World War II Zombies. It's Nazi zombies.
Wait, they have zombies? They're doing a zombies mode in Call of Duty?
Yeah, but the interesting thing from the trailer is that it actually looks scary.
I don't believe you.
You need to see it. From the screenshots, the early screenshots, I called it originally. I was like, yeah, they're going for a more horror approach this time round, and it turns out I was right.
It's still survival, right? Still a survival.
Oh yeah, still survival, still a lot of shooty, bang bang. But I think in the original Zombies, it's like the Treyarch experience, and then especially the most recent Zombies that are coming out now. They seemed to be going for more that, sci-fi, goofy.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
definitely.
it was still incredibly fun to play, but it got really far-fetched. And I mean, I'm not saying that I dislike that, but it seems that Sledgehammer Games, while this is still far-fetched because it's zombies we're talking about, it seems more. Well, it is darker. It's a darker story. Basically. They talk about wanting to create a new type of soldier, so it's kind of Wolfenstein inspired in that way, where the German war machine, it's like they want something else to power it. They want a new type of soldier, and they basically turn to a mad scientist to raise the dead, essentially.
Man, why can't we commit atrocities? Why is it always the Germans? Why can't I have some English zombie virus?
Well, it's not the Germans. It's the Nazis. It's the evil Nazi man. It's the evil.
I feel left out, man.
Yeah.
British people have.
I don't know what
the
the obsession
movies,
is
right?
with. I don't know what the obsession is with Nazis and zombies, but this one does seem to be taking a more darker approach. It does seem more horror based anyway. The design of the zombies is more. So it's less classic zombie, more like, this zombie's got his jaw hanging off, and it's like its movements are creepier and the setting is creepier. It's like in a rundown old German laboratory, like a surgery kind of thing.
Yeah.
It does look spooky.
Cool. What's your favourite zombies, by the way?
Yeah, David Tennant's been announced in the cast.
Oh. It'd be strange hearing his voice. I'll just think I'm watching Doctor Who.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What's my
Jessica Jones?
yeah. What's my favorite zombies map of all time?
Yeah.
What Call of Duty zombies or in general?
Call of Duty zombies.
Call of Duty zombies. What's your favourite from what you've played?
Well, a lot of people would say the first one, right?
The classic.
Yeah.
The classic Natch the Tone.
Yeah. But I think the first one that the random box was in is my favourite.
That was the first one.
The random box wasn't in that, was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, legit.
Was it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Honestly. Do you mean Pack-a-Punch?
Yes.
That's what you mean.
I mean Pack-a-Punch, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
so you can only get the ray gun from the
box.
random box. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
That was a genius addition, by the way. If they hadn't had a random
It
box,
was.
it would have been so much worse. Like, if they'd have only had guns and walls, that would have been...
Whoever implemented that is very clever.
Yeah, it was genius.
It turned like a game mode which was supposed to be like, a goofy add-on into something which has now survived about, a decade?
It's better than the game itself.
Well, yeah,
some people do buy Call of Duty for the zombies.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and I mean, I can totally see that because it's its own experience.
Yeah. They should release
so,
it separately. They should release it separately. They probably sell more.
That's a good point, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I know that they're going in a different direction with this new zombies, but we'll see. We'll see what.
Start a spin-off, start a franchise, man. Call of Duty Zombies. Just do an entire campaign, story campaign, and everything.
They could do. Saying that though, if it's a campaign, it might take away from the whole survival aspect.
Well, you do it as a campaign, as like how it started. You can have cities being overrun by zombies and people getting people getting fucked up. You could do an entire like Resident Evil kind of campaign, and then you end it with a survival.
Right.
So you end it as everything turns to crap, and then you got to survive out in a house and you die, and that's the end.
Nice.
I'm sure everyone would love that.
That's unique. Yeah. So anyway, back to the my favourite map. So your favourite was the first one that Pack-a-Punch was in.
Yeah. So that was the second one, wasn't it?
I think that was called Derize.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I'm not sure if that was the last map pack for World at War or not. I'm not sure if it was. Could be. Possibly. That was the one where, that was the one with the electric trap. The electric traps, and everybody used to camp on the bridge with the Pack-a-Punch weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. That for me, that's like top 3. It is a really good map. They remastered that one in Black Ops 3. Actually, they called it the Giant. Yeah, that map is really good. I mean, there's quite a few actually that I really like to play. A lot of Black Ops 2 maps that I really liked actually. There's a western, like a cowboy themed one called Buried, which I really enjoyed.
Okay.
I don't know if that's my favourite though. I mean, Buried was good, Origins was good. Oh man, my favourite.
I didn't realise I'd put you on such a spot here, man. I'm sorry.
You have. Like, even the one in the theatre was good. Can you remember that one where I always used to troll everybody playing it by teleporting off in the teleporter?
I remember.
Oh, those were the days.
There's always one.
It was me. Oh, the Black Ops days.
That had the monkey bombs, didn't it? You chuck the monkeys.
Yeah. Everybody loves the monkeys. I think for me, you've put me on the spot now.
Just pick one, man. Go with your gut.
Do you know what? I'm going to agree with you.
Oh my.
Duriz, I think.
Oh.
For me, it was a simple map, but it was incredibly fun to play because it had everything. It had the box, it had the Pack-a-Punch. It wasn't overly complicated, but it was you got a lot of enjoyment while you're playing it.
I kind of want to play zombies now.
Yeah, let's play.
I'd have to buy the game, but
oh yeah.
Might do just for zombies.
Yeah, I mean, they remastered that map and it is really cool. We'll see.
Yeah.
It would be fun to play with you.
Might do. Have you been playing anything else? Any opinions on anything else? What have we got? What have we got left on your list? The grand list of James Wilson.
On my list, there's games that I've been playing forever. It seems like that I've never quite finished.
Hmm.
And they include Resident Evil, as in the original one.
Yeah, you still can't finish that.
Yep, still can't finish it. I am plugging away though. I am slowly getting through it. And Grim Fandango.
I've heard good things. I never played that though. I never played that.
It is good. It can be incredibly difficult in a different sense, not as in like actual game difficulty, but like the puzzles can be so easy to miss.
Yeah.
You know, you could be stuck on a bit because you're just not talking to like one person at the right time.
Oh well, I don't know if I like that or not. But
yeah, there is an element of that in the game, but I mean, as a story, it's really cool. I'm enjoying playing it. You know, even though it is slow, I'm enjoying going through it. Oh, good game, man.
Cool.
So
you did a recent cover of the free games.
Yes. Oh, yes. As well. Yes. Yeah, on PSN, this month's free games include the two biggest ones, I'd say, are Until Dawn, which came out.
I'm surprised they're giving away games that.
Yeah.
For free.
I mean, yeah, that I was surprised. I was like, whoa, you know, these after a few months of the games being like a lot of indie stuff coming through.
Yeah.
They hit us with this, and it's like, wow, you know, okay, I'll take that. And I mean, you know, Until Dawn is the horror game, the slasher where all the they're in a cabin in the woods kind of setting. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. I definitely gave that a download.
Yeah, it's a good little flick through. It doesn't take long.
Yeah.
It's not particularly deep, but it is very fun for when you play it.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks great as well. I mean, I watched a playthrough of it before, like, you know.
Yeah.
Looking back on it now, I wish I hadn't, because I mean, I didn't know that I'd be getting it for free. but no, I mean, I watched a playthrough of it and I thought, you know, it looked very fun.
Yeah.
The fact that like one choice, the fact like one choice could mean that you kill yourself essentially is like.
Yeah. Well, some characters can survive and others can die, right? You can finish it without everyone being alive, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what makes it fun. So you purposefully kill off the characters you don't like.
You're evil. But yeah. That and Telltale's Game of Thrones series.
Have you played that?
No, but again, after being a fan of the show, it's very tempting to want to explore Telltale's version of it.
It's real good. I played it through on PC.
Oh, you gave it a playthrough? Yeah,
it is really good.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely... Well, I've downloaded it, so I'll definitely be giving it a play then.
Oh, awesome.
That's... Well, to be honest, it's like... It's a month of games in this kind of genre, isn't it? Where it's like, your choices can affect whether or not you live or die, essentially.
Yeah, it's kind of a good idea, really. Rotate genres and put some worthwhile games in there. That'd be nice.
That is a good idea, yeah. I know for a fact that Scott is a massive... Well, Scott, our other writer on the site, www.tryrolling.com.
How do you spell that? Okay.
Please visit. It's www.trolling.com. Please visit the site. He's another writer for the website.
What do you do on this website?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I write about reviews and stuff.
You write about reviews, so you don't write reviews. You write reviews of reviews.
I write reviews of reviews.
Scott's review was very subpar today, I have to say. I would rate his review 2 out of 10.
Yeah. No, I mean, Scott's another writer on the site, and he typically focuses on Xbox content, and I mean, I know for a fact that he is a massive Telltale fan. I mean, I think he's played every single game. Like, he goes crazy for like Wolf Among Us and stuff like that, so...
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's a huge Telltale fan, so I'm sure he's already played that game.
It's probably my favourite Telltale. Walking Dead are on par, I'd say. But that's just because I love Game of Thrones so much. So.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Scott, like The Wolf Among Us, I've seen gameplay of that as well, and I really like the concept. So
Yeah.
if that was a free game, I'd be downloading that as well.
Well, I do like free games. I'd probably download any free game.
Definitely. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't even know how much it is on the store actually to buy, but it might be worth checking out.
Only free game I might not download is Dick Jousting. If you've ever seen that one. Yeah,
That's
an
a
interesting
game.
It's not. You have to pay for it. That's the thing.
Oh right, okay.
You have to pay to joust with your dick.
Dick jousting.
Mm-hmm. It's graphic. It is very graphic.
Great concept.
I think it's called Dick Jousting. Someone Google that for me. Is it Dick Jousting?
Hey, it might be 10 out of 10. You're bashing it.
Oh, genital jousting is what it's called.
Oh, right, cool.
It's not good. It's not good. The dicks have arseholes.
Right, say no more. Let's just end there.
Alright guys, thanks for listening.
Yep, thanks for listening to the podcast. Make sure you check out the site.
Yep.
Wish it. Sorry, Chaya. After 15 years, James and Joe return.
We should have never returned.
We should have stayed dead.
Okay.
You may have a bit of editing in that one.